Hey guys, I'm here with Justin with his regional recap at Dallas Fort Worth.
Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm going to be doing the recap. I judged the Fort Worth regionals. Shout outs to David Emesuritong. I know I mispronounced his last name. He's the owner, runner of Epic Cards and Games based out in Irving. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to the American Yu-Gi-Oh group. If you're not a member yet, join. It's great. We're trying to get this thing national. Everybody who plays Yu-Gi-Oh in the U.S. should be there. Jacob, I'm Jacob. You know him. Alright, so first off, we'll start out. We had 330 players, which is very big. It was very close to the previous Dallas regionals, which had 339 players. Top decks were Dino Rabbit, Windup, and Insectors. They took up the entire top 8. Nothing else. The top 3 took the top 8. Let's see. Tier 1.5 decks that are still good, that are giving a lot of people troubles, are Dark Worlds and Six Sams. They're inexpensive. Six Sams is getting a structure deck, and Dark Worlds, if Dark Worlds can get rolling, they will steamroll right through you. They have one of the best cards in the game right now at their disposal, Skill Drain. And remember, Grappa gets around Shadow Imprisoning Mirror because it does not affect its inherent summon. Some issues we had, as far as in the player base goes, was giving time for responses. Alright? So, a lot of times in these big tournaments, players will try and force you to misplay or to not play because they're activating their own change, not giving you time to resolve. Always let a player know you have an option to respond to everything they do. So if they make a play and they keep going, you can tell them to stop, reverse their play. If anything, they've just given you information. They've willingly given you information by trying to speed through what you're doing, which lets you which pretty much telegraphs their play. So tell them to stop, tell them to reverse. Be sure to stop, check your stuff, let them know. Another thing, chaining and resolving. Things happen in chain, things resolve in chain. Alright? Just an example, Save Zone. This was one issue that came up that I was judging. Player A attacks with Guaiba to player B's Sabersaurus. Player A has no response to the attack declaration. Player B has no response to the attack declaration. Player A activates enemy controller to switch the Sabersaurus to defense. Player B responds with a Save Zone onto his Sabersaurus. Player A responds with a Lance onto the Sabersaurus, and then player B attempts to activate MST onto his Save Zone to destroy Save Zone and destroy the Sabersaurus. But because Save Zone has not resolved and it's still in a chain, Save Zone will not be able to destroy the Sabersaurus, on top of the fact that Player A Forbidden Lanced the Sabersaurus anyway, so Save Zone would not be able to resolve onto it. Another thing to deal with, cheating. Cheating is very big and you need to watch for it. I saw many times when players were picking up cards out of their laps, which can happen. Pay attention to your opponent, because if you don't look, players will pick up cards out of their lap. So, game 1, whenever you're shuffling their deck, count every card in their deck. Count every card in their deck. And then ask to count the cards in the side deck. You are allowed. No, don't do that. I believe you're allowed, but don't quote me on it, to know the number of cards in the side deck. And then what you can do is, when game 2 rolls around, recount all the cards. Again. Another issue with cheating is players drawing extra cards off of Max C if you special summon at the same time. It happens. Another issue is that I know at bigger events you have a lot of people crammed in a small space, so eventually they have to put people outside or in different areas that aren't really set up for a tournament play. Understand that if you feel uncomfortable with any player around you, you can ask them to leave. If they do not leave, you can get a judge to remove them. If you feel uncomfortable with spectators standing around, if you feel like something fishy is going on. But again, the tier 1.5 decks, Dark World Six Sams, top decks, Dino Rabbits, Windup, and Insectors. Watch out Dark Horse decks, Gravekeepers, First Torn Royal Tribute will still mess your day up. Oh, also, Heroes, 1.5, getting better. I still think Ice Age Skill Drain is better than Bubble Man Turbo. Alright, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Let us know if you need any more information, have any questions. And remember, it's not a pro play unless it's a misplay.